Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. The comedian Jess Hilarious is speaking out after being constantly dragged over her performance on The Breakfast Club. Now, over a year ago, Jess Hilarious was brought in as an official third host on the show, and things were all good, so it seemed. But then Jess got pregnant and she took a maternity leave, and she actually suggested that Lauren LaRosa, who is a journalist, come in and fill her spot. And Loren did temporarily fill in Jess's spot, but people loved Loren so much that the show decided to give her a permanent spot. Now, Jess Hilarious was kind of taken aback by this because she did not know that they were going to bring in a fourth host. In her contract, it was only going to be her, DJ Envy, and Charlamagne the God hosting The Breakfast Club. She did not know Loren was going to come in. And what she realized is people seem to like Loren more. The bosses at The Breakfast Club seem to like her more. The viewers, the listeners seem to like her more because Loren is actually very prepared. She's very professional. She's also a journalist, so she's very detailed with her stories. And a lot of people feel like she contributes to the show more than Jess. And at this point, Jess is like, what am I here for then? Because Jess was really brought in to do the entertainment news. She had her own segment called Jess with the Mess, but now The Breakfast Club has given Loren her segment. And the reason why they gave her her own segment is because Jess actually told the producers, hey, give her her own segment, because Jess sees the writings on the wall. She realizes that she no longer serves a purpose now that they brought this fourth host in there. And not to mention, she knows that people prefer Loren over her. So obviously they're setting the stage up to usher Jess out and bring Loren in as the third official host. This is why Jess is checked out right now, and she's not even hiding it. I mean, there was a clip of Jess on her phone while they were doing the Wendy Williams interview, and the cameraman didn't need to show that. They were being messy, but it's very clear that she's not engaged. She's not happy. Sometimes she's not even in the studio. And there was even a point where it seemed like there was some tension between her and Loren.
Dalton, Illinois mayor, her name is Tiffany Hinyard.
Take the ass off of Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Dalton, Illinois. I'm glad you caught that, Jess. Exactly. They be up here trying to tell you don't read, but you know what you're talking about.
They don't say that no more because you the one reading. Now go ahead.
Now, Jess Hilarious did go on IG Live, and she finally exposed some of what she's been dealing with at The Breakfast Club, and she also revealed the shady way they hired Loren behind her back.
When I got back, she never left. I constantly was asking about, and when I say I called Charlamagne, I called our program director, I called the boss, I'm asking, all right, what's going on? Where's she going? Why is she not leaving? What's up? Why is she still on air? I was told that she was going to be the producer. She was going to be hired as a producer. Okay. Producers aren't on air though. So what's going on? That's what I got told. She's a producer. Oh, okay, cool. So I ain't asked no more. She's only on my segment. So I'm like, all right, well, we've always, this is the boss. We've always considered having a fourth seat. Well, when the f was y'all gonna tell me that? I didn't know it was supposed to be four. If this was presented to me, prior to hire, then I wouldn't have been so shocked. Like, oh shit, all right, cool. So when we bringing in the fourth person? So look, she started doing the news. I'm like, all right, look, that's her segment. I said, take me off that shit. This is no longer my segment. Give it to her. Give it to her. Charlamagne said, nah, I don't want it to be her segment. It damn near sure is already. Like it's her segment. She's reading it and she's doing it to the best of her ability. Shorty is like that. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. I went to the person who does the intros, the sounds and shit. I went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Loren her intro.
Now, there was a point when Jess seemed to be a bit annoyed with Loren, and some people who watched the show pointed it out. Jess actually revealed that Charlamagne wanted her to play into this whole idea that they're feuding. I guess he wanted it for ratings, but it wasn't going to do Jess any favors because people were already looking at Jess like the villain anyway. So the fact that he wanted her to do that is kind of crazy.
I'm on air. She over talks. She's over talking me. Loren knows she does this shit. Whatever. I've told her about this shit. many a times. You know, she overtalks me.
Played the audio yesterday.
Hold up, be quiet.
No, Lauren. No, just listen. Just please, hush.
I'm like, yo, shut up. All right? Or hush, be quiet. Yeah, that clip that y'all saw. I have to respect this lady, but she's not gonna keep talking over me, yo. I'm already confused on why the she's still here. You know what I mean? Like on air, not in the building, on air, right? So I'm like, all right. I told her be quiet the next day. Charlamagne texts me and he says, yo, don't tell her be quiet. You tell her shut up. Play into that narrative of y'all beefing, y'all not liking each other. Why the f would we do that? But I'm like, you know what? All right, cool.
Another thing Jess revealed is she didn't like that when she returned back from her maternity leave, how Loren kind of brought up the comparisons between them instead of just congratulating her on her pregnancy. It's almost like they were setting up this whole stage to pit Loren and Jess against each other. And of course, the viewers were commenting and they were saying how much better Loren is than Jess is. Even other public figures like the comedian Corey Holcomb pointed it out, and he echoed a lot of what the public was saying. They felt like Loren was more talented, more professional, and just better at her job than Jess is. And Jess, of course, was really upset about all these comments because it's not just about her getting hate or backlash. This is about her job. If the executive producers and the boss sees that the audience is feeling Loren more, they're going to consider replacing her with Loren. That's the whole setup here. That's why Loren was brought as a fourth host without telling Jess. They're trying to replace Jess. That's why she's upset.
I get up every fucking day. Every day. And they always talk about, you ain't at work, you ain't at work. Yeah, bitch, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. I have more fun outside the fucking studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy? You know what I'm saying? We had a meeting today to restructure the show and shit like that. That went crazy too. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make her out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. The craziest shit is, right? I wanted Breakfast Club so bad. I wanted Breakfast Club. I did. I wanted it. I wanted it. I don't fucking need to be there. I want it to be there. I'm mad every fucking day how I'm being handled. You know what I mean? My platform is big enough for niggas to hear me. So if you didn't hear me before, in meetings and shit, and phone calls and text messages and all this little shaky, sneaky shit niggas got going on, man, you hear me now.
Now, after Jess started trending for speaking out about the Breakfast Club, they decided to make a whole segment where Jess is able to air out her frustrations. And honestly, I don't think this went well. I don't think this went well for Jess because, for one, DJ Envy and Charlamagne were gaslighting Jess. They were literally making her feel as if her feelings weren't valid.
No, nobody has even tried to clean up the narrative that I'm a villain. Man,
you're not a villain. Who said you a villain?
Yo, stop acting like you don't live in them comments too, Charla. Stop acting like you don't understand.
But what do I always tell you? I say stop listening to the internet. Stop listening to the comments. Stop listening to the folks on YouTube. Don't let them trick you out your position. What you did last night is what they want you to do, and you can't let the internet win.
No, but look, it's not even about what they want me to do. I did last night what I wanted to do, what I felt like I should have been did. I've been asking questions.
The internet loves mess. And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit people against each other, especially two women. And I don't dwell in that.
Now, Charlamagne is full of it. He's over here talking about he doesn't dwell in pitting women against each other. Wasn't he the same one pushing Jess to fuel the whole beef between her and Loren for ratings? Like, why is Charlamagne lying? Y'all love when women are pitted against each other. Y'all love this because this brings more ratings to the show. More people are even tuning in now because of this whole drama with Jess.
if you don't want Loren in the room, this is your show. We can make that the change whenever you want. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. It is not about wanting her in the room, yo. It's about the segment. Like it was like y'all
have that
if
conversation
y'all wanted
off
her.
air. If you had a problem, say it to us. We had a meeting
conversations
yesterday.
off air. What
not
is we
like
talking
that.
about?
Not like nobody having my back, because we have your back. As far as the Corey Holcomb thing, y'all been beefing for 11 years.
I'm not worrying about it's not even about
you. Worried about comments, and you worried about what people say after.
I'm worried about the perception and my reputation to be on the show.
They've been ishing on me for 15 years. They've been ishing on Charlamagne for 15
but
years.
That's on you. And the things that people ish on me for is on me.
I don't let it affect me because I know who I am as a person. I don't give a F what them people say in the comments.
Oh, come on.
I know who I am.
Whew, they were gaslighting her bad. And I know where Jess is coming from. I know that the way she's being perceived is really affecting her standing on the show. But I will say Jess does have to be mindful of how she reacts and how she responds, because her crashing out on air over this and her crashing out online, it doesn't look good. It makes her look over emotional and not professional. And once again, you see the difference between her and Loren in the situation. And I'm not trying to compare the two, but objectively speaking, you could see that Loren has handled the drama better than Jess. Even when Jess told her to hush and be quiet, Loren was still very professional. And I will say Jess was dead wrong for shutting her down like that. I understand that she was emotional and she was feeling away, but you don't have to take it out on your co-host. That's not professional, and it doesn't help people's perception of you either.
Okay, so the part about the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet, that was crazy. The shut up, I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up?
Okay,
right?
but
I didn't.
None of that was said. You didn't
say
anything about that.
And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us.
I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that.
And that's exactly why I had Eddie in the room, or EP, to have the
I never
conversation.
ever heard that.
Because
you've pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen. I have said hush, shut up, and it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown ass woman.
And I understand you could have said that on air right then and there, or right after when you say you pulled me in the office. You never pulled me nowhere to tell me that.
Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's not what we on. And I told you from the jump, I was never going to give that to you. When I saw Jess crying, I came in here because I care about you. Have to be okay for all of this to be okay. And I'm a producer at the end of the day. You my talent. We gonna be straight. Everything's going to be fine.
Let's take some calls.
Do you see the way Loren handled this situation versus Jess? This is why people be saying Loren is better for the job than Jess. I'm sorry. I understand where Jess is coming from, but she does have to take some accountability in how she reacts to things, because crashing out like this on air and on social media doesn't help. It doesn't help the situation. But I will say she was done dirty, because Loren wasn't brought in to add to the show. She was brought in to replace Jess. That's what I feel. But anyway, tell what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.